Good morning on this semi-cold Michigan morning. On my last little short clip on here on YouTube, I told you I was gonna share a high school football story. I got 80 views on it. It was like a little over a minute. So then I told you guys the next video was gonna be said story. Well, it's kind of like more stories into one big giant ball of rubber band stories. But a lot of people don't talk about the past. People say past is the past, leave it in the past, present's now, future, look forward to the future. Well, there was a video over on TikTok platform, I believe, that there was a high schooler, I don't know where it was, what high school, but the jersey was like a navy blue-ish, somewhere on there. Sorry if you guys can't see me yet. I got the sun right here, so you guys can hear me. It's awesome. You guys can't really see me. I'm right here. The sun's like right here somewhere. But anyways, there's that story was going around where this high schooler, I do believe, lost his leg. I don't know from what. It was just a short few clips of him, and I don't know if it was from like the knee down or from the hip down or whatever, but it was his leg somewhere around there. And he hung up his jersey. I don't know if it was like the beginning of the year or when he lost it. I'm guessing it's probably beginning of the year because he's a senior, and it was a senior night when he got back on the field. But that was his main goal, to play at least one or two more games, and he did. He's a quarterback, it looked like, in these clips. And on the third clip, there's an NFL player that came up and everything. Congratulations. I don't know who it was. I didn't see the face. I heard the voice, so I don't know who. But I'm guessing it was one of his favorite NFL players. Don't worry, I'm getting my story. I just want to give you a little backdrop of why I'm doing this video and what inspired me to make my own high school video. And it's kind of opposite of what I'm about to say. The NFL player said football is not a single sport, it's a team sport, which it is, or it could be like it's a brotherhood sport. If you want to become like in a team sport, or you're something like that, and you have a brotherhood for life. Granted, some people feel like that way, like you see all these high schoolers in different states or college, a team, or like NFL, like retired NFL players. They can come back to where they retired from, and they are open arms, and they agreed from the owner and everything. They get all that because they played for him for so many years. Or like in high school, you go back and oh yeah, I played, blah blah blah, and all that. That wasn't me. Like where I'm at, yeah, I played football, but only for my 9th, 10th, 11th, and like partial my 12th grade year. And most of these kids I went to school with, most of these, well, adults now, I went to school with most of them. Either they were below me or above me in grade wise, and or they were all in like a Catholic school, and then they transitioned to the high schools and middle schools and all that. But most of them were already playing football together, like they did Pop Warner, PB, and all that. I didn't know nothing of sort like that. I didn't play football until my 9th grade. I wanted to try it. I played basketball. I was forced to play baseball. I didn't like it. I played soccer. I've played basketball. I played all these different sports, but I never played football until my 9th grade. Why that is, I have no idea. So I played it. And I was a defensive end. A damn good one at that, too. Well, after I got the hang of it. And that's what I was. 9th grade and 10th grade, I was starting. My freshman year, I was starting D end. And my sophomore year, I was starting D end. The defensive end. But then when it came to my 11th grade year, the coaches, we're gonna put you in offense. Why? I didn't even want to be offense because my school, and probably like a lot of other high schools, like to play favorites, and that's exactly what my coaches did. Granted, I wasn't the best, but I put my heart and soul into a game that I loved at the time and everything else. But also, they put me at offensive guard and everything. I didn't understand it. And I did center. I wanted to be center. I wanted to try that out. So I became like the backup center. Never played. Well, say the third string center. Never had to play center. I always sat on the sidelines and I played like the last 2 minutes of each game. Pissed me off. But I stuck with it my whole 11th grade year. I stuck with it. Why? Because I was already committed. Then season was done and all that. But there's these little other stories inside this one big giant story, which one of them was I don't know why, but I don't know if I'm the only one, but when you're in a bus or a car and you're not driving, you fall asleep, right? That's exactly what happened on one bus trip. I fell asleep in the back because it's I felt like an outcast, in football. Yeah, I had friends and yeah, I hung out with them, but never outside of school. They were in class. They were in our classrooms, but we never hung out. Besides for around football, even when I went to when I was in 9th, 10th, and went to saw the high school, the varsity teams, I did not feel I was part of the team or a friend. Same thing when we went to the games, the buses. I didn't feel like I was one of them. Yeah, I talked to them, but you know how you're in high school, you got your jocks, your nerds. I wasn't a straight jock, and I wasn't a straight nerd. I was friends with a lot of people, and a lot of our high schoolers, a lot of our teams were. But it was no one really hung out. I never really hung out with people, and it wasn't just me. It sucked. That's all I gotta say. And that's where the brotherhood comes into be. For me, it was never a brotherhood. We haven't even, no one, after high school, no one has talked, besides I see a few people here and there throughout where I live because they stayed in my town. But we have no class reunion, no, none of that, whatnot. But there should be, the NFL player said, football's a brotherhood. For me, it was never a brotherhood. Ever. Everyone else had their brotherhood, but for me, I just felt like an outcast. Another short story was, another little thing was, I don't know if it was in other high schools, but the female basketball team, or volleyball team, or whatever was going on, whenever we went to do 2-a-days at a local kind of camp that the high school went over for a week or something like that, and that's where we were for a week, and we did 2 days and all that, and the joke kind of was they go destroy the practice field but nicely and all that and prank them. One prank had bras all over with some of the the seniors' last names and their numbers. Another prank was, I don't even know how they got that. It's like seaweed or something. Another one was a like maxi pads or tampons with ketchup or whatever everywhere. And that day with the maxi pads and stuff, the 2 days we were just in helmets, cleats, and shorts and shirts. And I was in line. One of the players put a maxi pad on my shorts. I turned around. I bitched him out. Sorry, YouTube, for using swear words. And I won't repeat what I said because probably YouTube will cancel this. I said some choice words, and our coaches said we can never swear. The dude that did it, he's like, oh, you're going to get in trouble, and the coaches are going to yell at you. I had the freshmen, the JV, the assistant coaches, the varsity coaches, all in front of us, did not bat a damn eye to me. Because I stood my ground and I had enough with this dude. He never apologized. He just stopped and didn't say a damn word to me the rest of the year, pretty much, for practice. To me, that was bullying. I put up with a lot of it when I was in school. I never did the bullying. I got bullied a lot. I got kind of shunned, kind of. And another's back to my other story where you get comfortable in a bus or a car. They threw empty bottles because I fell asleep. So fucking what? So I threw them back. The coaches didn't bat an eye again. Brotherhood's never in the thing for me in football again. I'm keep on going back to it. And then like my senior year, there was another kid that that's gone, like a year or two after high school, had a bad car accident. But he didn't play in our 11th grade year. Didn't. He didn't play. He played 9th and 10th, and he was our center. Pretty decent one. And then didn't play for 11th year. I practiced my heart out during the summertime throughout the whole season for center, long snap, and all that. Same thing when my senior year came around. He came back. He practiced, not in the summer, but I practiced in the summer with the backups and the main one for that. And when I found out I was third string for center and third string for right guard, I think it was, after my 2 days, my dad and my girlfriend at the time came pick me up. I didn't even have the balls to tell the coaches to fuck off. Again, sorry, YouTube, that I was done. I gave it to somebody else, and I said, here, you can tell the coaches I'm done. I'm not playing. Years later, I should have done it myself and explained my reason why, or explain why I was third string. No. I was done. They didn't play me at all the year prior, and they weren't going to play me all this year. And I was not going to stand around the sidelines and be all that. So my senior year, I had a good senior year. I hung out with my girlfriend a lot. I actually got to do things after school. I got to have a job. Because when you're in sports, they don't like you to have jobs. Because sports. That's all you got to do. But then people are calling me, oh, you could have been starting, you could have done this. I'm like, so freaking what? I don't care. I didn't want to be. So yeah, that's my story for brotherhood. That was not really a brotherhood kind of story, but I just wanted to let you guys know, because I told you guys, hey, I'm going to tell my story of what this is. And I got a few other stories out there that I'm going to share. Just bear with me, but I do promise that I'm going to post more videos, not just reading a book video, but more videos like this. I'm going to try to do everything slowly. All right. You have a great day. It's a Saturday where I'm at. It's probably a just getting Saturday morning, and probably if you're watching this on the California side, and if you're over by Japan, it's probably Sunday. So good morning. Hope you guys have a great weekend.